Welcome to White Label American Podcast. This is a podcast that brings you bold, in-depth interviews with interesting people that are mostly immigrants taking down artificial walls one story at a time. This is a podcast that empowers immigrants to share their stories and listen to those of others. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to White Label American Podcast. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm honored to have a guest who has been on the podcast before. And if you weren't aware, well, check out episodes 166 and 167. And you'll find out who our esteemed guest is. Her name is Grace Nkem. And she represents the fourth city from Russia to be on the podcast. We've had Kaluga as the city I couldn't recall the last time. Yeah, that's
Hello, everyone.
the first person was to be born in Russia to be on the podcast. That's the cosmonaut capital of Russia, probably even the world, because they've been in cosmology for a long time. But yeah, Kaluga. We've had St. Petersburg, but not someone born there, his grandparents, but it led to the change of their names before they migrated to Argentina. And then we've had someone born in Moscow and yourself.
And I'm born in Tver.
Tver.
A city on the Volga River.
Yeah. So today we shall talk about her childhood. We shall talk about influences, anime, AI, inspirations, projects, and more fun stuff. But who is Grace Nkem? She's a Nigerian-Russian painter from Tver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who studied art history at Columbia University and now lives and works in New York City. In her works, she grapples with the ills of social alienation, mass digitalization, digitization,
salad, I know.
and globalism. Guess what? This is my first recording of 2024 in the studio, so a little bit rusty, but I just need to pour some human motor oil in my system. That's all. I know some vegetarian is screaming somewhere, but it's all good. Just donate to my podcast, all right? So I've seen her works in person, and it's awesome. It's amazing. I recommend you all go buy it. Support, bring out that money. If don't keep it to yourself. Don't spend it on your sugar babies and sugar daddies. Spend it on Grace Nkem's artwork. It will make your house look awesome. So, Grace, how you doing today? Welcome to the show.
I'm good. I'm great. Had a nice walk over here, drinking my coffee.
Hey.
Yeah.
And thanks for bringing your friend who's here to support us.
My friend is here. Over there.
We have to acknowledge you. I know people listening can't see you, but we love giving shout out to everyone.
She's French.
Oh, you're French.
We've got the United Nations in this room.
Oh, that's right. Okay. What part of France are you from?
I'm from my parents are French.
Okay. Awesome. Hey, we love everybody here. We have one or two listeners in France, so we need as many more as possible. So that's your assignment now, to get us at least 10 more listeners. I know you didn't sign up for that, but that's it. So with that being said, let's go back to the very beginning. I know you told us the meaning of your names last time you were here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything new to add to the meaning of your names?
No, Grace, Idioma, good journey in life. Peter, like, I guess, what could you say about Peter? The very Catholic, Peter the Rock. I guess it means rock.
Oh, you didn't mention Peter last time.
Grace, Idioma, Peter, and Cam being like mine or my own. Yeah, it's quite a name.
It's excellent names. I wasn't aware that your name is also Peter.
Yeah, my dad's name. Idioma Peter, like male Peter is my middle name. Idioma Peter.
Oh, so like the Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking of Piotr.
Oh, Piotr.
Yeah, that's where my mind went.
Not the Russian version.
Okay.
English version. Okay,
that was interesting. Okay.
I have no Russian names, actually.
Yeah.
No. But if I was a boy, my mom said she would have named me Maxim.
Maxim.
Mm-hmm.
as in Maxim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's Russian.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm checking my database quickly, and I don't. Do I
N-
recall any Maxim? Because soccer is where I usually
mhm.
go to. That's where I get lots of names from.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a Russian guy at my high school named Maxim.
Oh,
I don't think I ever told him that I would have been a Maxim too, but yeah.
he would have said there can only
There
be
would have
one.
been two Russian guys at my high school named Maxim.
What if he was like a Highlander and said there can only be one
Uh,
Maxim? You guys would have
that's
to
the fight. Yeah,
battle it
that's the
out.
fight I would have won. I know that for sure.
So last time you were here, you also shared your favorite childhood memory. But at this moment, what is your favorite childhood memory?
What was my favorite childhood
I
memory
won't
last
tell you
time?
so that
Oh,
I was trying to
rats.
see if
Okay, so
you
I have to think
say the
about
exact
this.
same thing.
Oh, it was probably Natural History Museum rock collection. That was probably what it was.
Okay.
So that's still up there. I still have all my rocks. I brought them with me last. Or no, my mom visited me in New York. She brought them to me.
So you
I
you
have all my
you were
rocks
gathering
at home.
rocks or what?
Yeah, I was gathering them. I'd buy them in gift shops. I'd make my parents like take me to every science museum nearby so I could buy more. I would like dig around in dirt a lot as a child.
Were there any particular rocks that were attractive to you, or you just gathered
I
any rocks?
loved unpolished crystals. Like that was my favorite thing.
Hmm.
But like you're not supposed to take rocks from national parks, but I found
Mhm.
some cool like those balls that have a lot of iron in them that break in half in kind of like layers. Like I found one of those at a national park I will not disclose the name of allegedly, and I brought it
Allegedly,
home.
yes. Do not come from
This is what
me.
I'm being accused of. I didn't actually. I would never. um, or like turquoise. I really like turquoise. I loved yeah, crystals though was the cool one, which is like the hardest to find out in the wild.
Wow.
Gotta like be in a cave or really dig through some dirt and sandstone.
You just reminded me that someone found how many carat diamond at the was it a state park in Arkansas? Or,
Wow.
yeah,
In Arkansas, I don't even
yeah.
know where.
That
I
was
mean, I where I grew up, you could mine. There's a lot of gold mines in California also, but in Southern California where I grew up, there's a lot of tourmaline, and there was
I never heard
one.
of that before.
It's like a mineral that like there's like it comes in a lot of colors, but the most popular one for jewelry is like the pink and green one.
Okay.
It's literally like half and half. It's called watermelon tourmaline.
Oh,
I have a little piece. But
so
there was this
you
old.
found it by yourself?
No, I didn't. I bought it at a gift shop. See, but there was an old abandoned mine near my hometown, like maybe
Hmm.
45-minute drive, where you could pay for a couple hours with a bucket and a shovel and you could try to find your own. And
Oh,
last time I went home, my mom and I were looking at it and it's become exorbitantly expensive, like to the point where I'm like, you might as well just buy a Disneyland ticket.
wow, that expensive?
Yeah, I'm just like, are that many people doing this that you can charge these prices? But
Yeah,
so yeah, I haven't ever gone into a mine. Also, I'm claustrophobic. I don't want
yeah.
to go into a
I
cave.
think I watched too many movies too. Crazy stuff happening in mines, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would have. It didn't look like it looked. Arkansas doesn't. I mean, I guess Arkansas has mines, but it didn't. I don't think it happened in a mine. It
I don't know
was.
what I associate
I don't.
Arkansas with
Yeah, I don't think I should say it. But I know what I
besides
associated.
slavery.
Well, there's that. I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm a good person this
Okay,
year.
okay.
I
Starting
mean,
out 2024 on a good foot.
it's a wild
The right
joke.
foot. Oh.
It's a wild joke. I mean, this is not a Patreon only episode. If it was a Patreon only episode, I would have said it. And then yeah, but I'm trying. I'll be on a good behavior right now. So, but yeah, but I found it interesting because I know I'm aware of the gold rush. That's what led people moving towards California
Mm-hmm.
back in the days.
That's some
And
San Francisco
yeah, so
stuff. I
yeah,
don't know what
I
was.
think it wouldn't have surprised me if I think the only surprise would have been if something like seeing a tourist. I think he came from France even. Yeah, he was visiting from France, and I don't think his intention was to find the diamond, which is why it was extra. Well, it was an extra surprise. It seemed like it was just laying on the ground.
Oops, sorry, I hit the desk. One time, my stepdad's sister was hiking in like, I don't know, like Sequoia or something. It was like a national park hike, but she literally found a gold nugget, like the size of like like the top part of my my thumbnail
Mm-hmm.
roughly, like a solid chunk though. And she gave it to her mom, who like wore it in a necklace forever. But she literally just found it like on the ground on a hiking
It
trail,
was
and she
something like that.
she was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
But apparently
She
it
still has it somewhere.
was how many carat diamond that he found. And I was like, Arkansas got diamonds? What? That
Wow.
was news to me because that's not, I don't associate that state with. I mean, I've
Mm-hmm.
driven through that state twice, and other than a chat
Mm-hmm.
with a trucker, that was the only good thing that I did there. But yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
it. I slept in my car. It was one eye open too.
Did you go to Waffle House?
Uh,
I want to go to a Waffle House.
I've seen the fight videos. But
Oh,
yeah, I think I'm okay starving myself through the night. Like because
that's
if
funny.
if I make the wrong order, if you give me, in fact, if you get my order wrong, I'm fine. Just give my food. I'll go. I don't want
I
to get beat up.
when I was 18 on my 18th birthday, a bunch of friends went to see Rocky Horror Picture Show. And then like in my hometown, the only place open late was Denny's. They were 24/7.
Oh, that's even
So we
worse.
afterwards all went to this Denny's that's open 24 hours, and my mom came to pick me and my friend up. And what she pulled up to was like a fight happening in the Denny's parking
What's
lot.
a fight at
It
Denny's
was and
like?
she it was like well, she was like, Grace, I'm pulling around the back. Like, you guys need to come out right now. Like, there's something. And like, we look out the window and people are actually like really beating each other up in like Denny's Temecula. And then my mom was super mad at us the whole drive home. But I didn't even know there was a fight happening because I was inside eating an omelet.
Yeah, I've only eaten at Denny's when I had, and there was no choice. It
I
was.
like diners.
I like diners
I
too, but
love
I
diners.
prefer. You don't make me remember that myself and Walter were laughing over something. I'm just gonna say it. There was someone sent me a video just before you arrived in the studio, and it was you know how back in the days of civil rights protests, there were some in the restaurants,
Oh, like
white,
sit-ins?
yeah, the sit-ins,
Yeah.
and I saw a video of one of our ancestors. Well, probably I don't know if his person still alive, but it was one of the people who went through the sit-ins, and he's talking about when the segregation was finally over, and I got to sit down in one of those restaurants that they wouldn't allow us sit down in, and I finally tasted the food. That was the lousiest food I ever had in my life. I was like, ooh,
Oh, damn.
I was like, oh, so you know what? These people could have just allowed us taste the food in the beginning. We would have never come in there. I was like, you know what? Yeah, they did it all wrong. Instead of fighting them, they should have just here you go, try the food. I'm like, oh hell no, this is bad. I'm not coming back.
What did they go
Keep-
to? Was it a diner? Was it like an American diner?
Most of them were they always look like diners back
They
then.
tried like a
The
green bean
videos that I've
casserole or
seen.
something, and they were like, "Oh my god!"
It's like, what is this? Oh hell!
Actually, my
I'm
friend
not
made a
coming
green
back.
bean casserole once, and I liked it.
I was like, oh man, the video. I was like, oh, why they send me this video just before recording now? I won't stop thinking about it. I never thought about it because I was like, these videos, all the videos I saw were at the sittings, and you're like, this food must be amazing. And then, like, wait, nobody ever thought about, yeah, you finally, you can try the food and you taste, man, this food sucks. Oh, no, 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 no. I'll be mad. I'll be mad. Like, this is what you made me go through? Oh, no. But,
I hate to be a hater,
yeah.
but that happened to me with in this neighborhood, the Indonesian restaurant down 7th.
Really?
I tried it. We got the big platter thing, and I was like, I can't believe this place is always like all the reservations are taken. You can never walk in
Yeah,
and find a
I've never
seat.
eaten there.
It's always packed, and I literally was just like, this is mid.
Huh.
I thought it was mid.
Well,
I'm not name dropping. I
yeah,
just gave
yeah.
the location.
I'm gonna be nice. I won't say what I was gonna say. I was gonna.
I was really like I was shocked. I was like, this place is so popping all the time. So hard to get a
it's like
seat.
the Nigerian place that's like my nemesis. I won't say it's my nemesis. It's the place that people who don't know Nigerian food always run there. The decor inside is fantastic.
Mhm.
The drinks, yes, they got good drinks because they have all the Nigerian beers, Ghanaian beers. Yeah, but palm wine is not. You can't get fresh palm wine anywhere except they have a palm wine tapa. So
Oh, there was okay. I once on Google found it's kind of like north of Little Caribbean, up Nostrand, maybe towards Bed-Stuy, but there was a place that supposedly sells palm wine just by the bottle. I don't know. I've never tried it.
Well, all palm wine I've found. I'm a palm wine person. We got it
Yeah.
local from my
I'll
region.
try it sometime. I feel like I'm gonna buy it. It's gonna
It's
be
all
like
imported
old and
here.
crappy. Yeah.
It's all in the green bottle.
Mm.
As far as it's in the green bottle, it's imported. It has been preserved and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
you got to go back home to get real palm wine.
Word.
If I can, I once talked to somebody. We're thinking about an investment, but we can't get like natural palm wine here.
Yeah.
We can because of winter and all that. But if we could figure out how to, maybe somewhere like Florida,
I was literally gonna suggest Florida, but Florida, I'm
yeah.
like, that's persona non
So
grata.
because where we're going thinking of was Costa Rica, but still that means there's still some travel because
I know
like
someone with land in Costa Rica. My
yeah.
boss is desperately trying to retire there, but he's trying to grow ayahuasca,
Oh,
not wine.
yeah. Well, it's from the palm tree. All you need
Yeah.
is the palm wine tapper. But the main issue is like the way we drink it back home is like you go to the palm wine bar. I would use bar as the word, and once you sit down there, like the palm wine is coming fresh from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best. Either you get that or you can get the fermented ones. But the best ones are literally fresh from the tree. So where you gonna get that here? So
Yeah,
you have
it's
to
not
settle for the
happening.
imported ones. But anyway, let's come back to you. We've deviated enough. Still got a lot to cover. So no more distractions.
All
For
right, all
me.
right.
Let me see where I go. So one question I forgot to ask you all when I had the three of you here, and for those listening, it was Amir and Obina with Grace on
Mm-hmm.
episode 166 and 167. I forgot to ask you, how do you define art?
Oh, I don't. Art is. Are we allowed to? Is like cursing allowed on this?
It's up to you.
No. Okay. Well,
Well,
this isn't really
feel
cursing.
free.
This
Feel
isn't really
free.
cursing. But
Be yourself.
art is like pornography.
Okay.
It's impossible to put a set definition on it, but you know it when you see it,
Mm.
and it's really subjective. But generally speaking, you know it when you see it. A lot of stuff blurs like the lines around it, but I don't think there's a point in trying to define art because then we get into that like annoying conversation where people start complaining about like Jackson Pollock or like abstract art, and I just like I gotta roll my eyes like I can't do this anymore.
Mm.
I'm not. There's no definition for art. It's really like there's a general consensus that like some mediums like painting and sculpture tend to be art, but then you have like conceptual sculpture and performance art and then people want to like get their panties tied up in a knot about it. But
Mhm.
yeah, arts. You know what art is. There's no point in putting it to the. I'm addressing the viewers. You know what art is. You know it when you see it, and you can
I always
disagree
like
if you want.
asking an artist what they consider art, how they define art in their own words, because
My art is
I've,
oil painting. I'll say
yeah,
that. Like that's what I do.
because I've had probably about 6 artists
Mhm.
on this podcast and of different um, genres and uh, and each person has come up with something or somebody working in the arts industry, and
Mhm.
each person has used a different
Yeah, I don't even
language.
bother
So
trying to define
it's
it anymore.
always beautiful hearing. But I love that you use pornography, and as someone who supports and enjoys and admires pornography, and if you're brand new, then yes, you just found out. But
Oh
those
my
who are
god, I'm
long-time
anti.
listeners, you're hentai. Oh, that's deep. That's far deeper than me. I'm not.
No, I'm not strictly anti. It's kind of like prohibition. Like you can't prohibition just creates bootleggers,
mhm.
bootlegging. But no,
Yeah,
I've never met someone with an openly. I know actually that's not true. Lots of people have pro pornography stances. But but it's also I don't think it's
pornography.
a
There's
very
like
interesting.
if you're from like our background, it's we hide in the shadows. We all like you shouldn't do that. It's bad. And
Yeah,
then you're
I
like,
think I don't think
bro,
I'm
I
not
see
that.
your
I don't think it's
DVDs.
that of interesting of a topic at the end of the
Yeah,
day, though. I don't know.
yeah. No,
I'm not gonna
I'm
beat the
like,
dead horse.
nah, 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 nah. Yeah.
But that's my definition of art, or like my lack thereof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, so now I'll add that to the growing list of definitions. And
What are
when
the other definitions people have? Because some
uh,
people are like, oh, it's self-expression. I'm like, no, it's not.
the the one that always sticks with me, two people have said almost the exact same thing.
Hmm.
So I can't. I'm not gonna be able to credit who said it. But I think both of them literally said almost. Well, actually three, because one is a
Hmm.
comic. One is a comic book artist, but also a street artist. But he has his own
Ooh.
comic book. Sean Hill, and one is what's my South African brother's name? He gonna I hope he's not mad. But he works in an art gallery,
Hmm.
and then Lord and Lena, she owns an art gallery uptown, upstate. I mean, upstate New York. Uh, this let's see if I remember, if I recall the exact
Or
phrase.
just ballpark.
It's art it's art is something that you know it when so it's almost, well, I think you also said the same thing too in a way.
Hmm.
Art is something that when you see it, it generates a feeling within you.
Mm. Yeah,
So
you
I'm
know it when you see
paraphrasing,
it.
but yeah. So yours also fits in there, and it's always
Totally.
amazing how I think five people have said this thing, have said it
Hmm.
in a way, but when you see it, it generates a feeling within you, and I'm like, huh. None of them have met each other, and you all keep going back to this same. So that's why I like asking
Yeah.
that question. How do you define art in your own words? And
Hmm.
yes, that's underlying theme of when you see it.
Because I don't think there's a point in like defining art like, oh, it's like really good this or good that. There's
Hmm.
plenty of bad art and good art. Like
Yes.
that doesn't being bad doesn't make it not art, you know? Like I don't
That
think
was
that
Sean Hill's point that,
is so
but
right.
it has to generate a feeling
Yeah, there's
within you, a response
a
has
je
to,
ne sais quoi.
okay. Ah, so you've lived in both United States and Russia.
Yeah, but
Although,
just till I had my fourth birthday here
okay.
in preschool. It was like a month after we got here. I couldn't speak English yet.
Hey, but you speak great. Now
Thanks, I
nobody will
really
notice
try.
that there's no Russian accent in your voice
No
now,
Russian
right?
accent for me. I
But
can
I
pretend.
know you. We know the secret. But how have these contrasting cultural experiences influenced your artistic journey?
Great question. Uh Okay, so Russian cultural influences. I had a phase of really loving Soviet like socialist realism and early Soviet art like with the Soviet avant-garde, like constructivism and stuff like that. Malevich, one of my all-time favorite artists. I He did the black square. It's just so funny. It's so simple. It's just a black square.
Just a black square.
It's just a black square. But
Oh,
how he displayed it
okay.
was he hung it up in a corner of a room, the place you'd usually put like an icon of like Jesus Christ or the
Mm-hmm.
Madonna or something. So he displayed it like a holy object, but it's just a painting of a black square. Which at the time, naturally, if you're what is like the 1910s, 1920s,
Mm-hmm.
naturally at that point, this is very transgressive. Now
Yeah.
I'm like, you can. I don't even know what you would have to do as an artist nowadays to be transgressive. You'd have to like blow up a building. Like I don't think that
Hang up a
art.
banana.
See, that's not
Just
even transgressive. I think I saw it. I saw it at Basel. The
yeah.
banana at Peroton. I don't remember the artist's name who did it, but I remember walking by and being like,
That's
"Huh."
it.
No, I thought someone had played a prank or something because
Yeah,
people
that's
were
what I thought
looking
too
at
when I
it,
saw it.
and I was like, kind of looking at it. I was like, "Oh, that's like not worth seeing. Like I have to go back to work. Like whatever." And then it's like on like art forum and like art news, like on the headlines, and I was like, "Oh my god, literally this like banana on a wall and some collector ate it." I don't know. The whole thing
Oh
is
yeah, that's
very
true.
but see, it's not transgressive. It's
Yeah,
just funny and
it
it's
is funny.
also it's I guess it's a little satirical. Like the art world has gotten ridiculous. Commercial art has gotten ridiculous. That whole stunt was kind of
Yeah.
I feel like people
Well,
were rolling their eyes even
I
as
think I
it
got one for
happened.
you. I saw it on Deutsche Welle. Um the Jesus, the painting of Jesus that
Mhm.
some far right groups in Europe are calling homoerotic. To
The far
me,
right.
yeah, I was like, well, no,
I'm like,
I thought
hasn't okay, dude? That's a naked guy nailed to a cross. Hasn't this always been kind of
that's what I thought, but
homoerotic?
I guess to them, they just discovered
He's
the
kneeling
painting.
down before his followers, gently washing their feet. I'm like, come on, come
Hey,
on. He's like living in the ancient Roman Empire. You think that's not homo, right? You think Jesus didn't
hey,
get
I
down with the
mean,
boys sometimes?
12 guys
12
hanging out.
guys.
I mean,
12 guys in a bathhouse, baby. Um
I know what goes down in
the Romans,
bathhouses
I mean the Romans,
right
he
now.
lived around the time of Caesar. Caesar, who was famously called every woman's husband and every man's wife.
Oh
It's
yeah.
bisexual representation right there.
Hmm.
But no, but see, I don't think that's transgressive.
Oh well, that's true.
I
That's
think
true.
it's I think that far right, I guess like Christian nationalists find it offensive.
Yeah, they find everything.
But like I don't even
Anything
know.
that doesn't come from them is offensive. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
don't know
That's a
that it's,
great.
but it's I don't think it's transgressive in and of itself. Like
Hmm.
blowing up a I don't know. I don't even know cuz
Wait.
like I'm thinking of like
Well,
Banksy.
you said
Cuz even yeah, I'm just trying to think of like something an artist could do that would be transgressive, but I just keep thinking of like acts of terrorism. Okay, how about the people throwing soup at paintings? Even that, I'm like, it's not even transgressive. It's just like
is that
funny
considered
now.
art?
No, it's
Yeah.
activism. It's
Yeah.
climate activism.
Yeah.
I think it's good that they're doing it. They're not harming the paintings. It's just they're just drawing attention to an issue. No one's like really except it's yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to do much though. They're just
I don't think people take them seriously now.
no.
It's lost its.
Even though they're so right.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's for me. I don't know. I don't. They don't have my attention anymore. I mean, the last one I saw.
They got the Mona Lisa. They're collecting it
But
like Pokemon
it was in a
cards.
glass case.
Yeah, they always do. They always go for paintings that are covered. They never actually damage them.
Yeah, they used to go after. I've seen the guy who touched one that wasn't in the glass. I think because of what they've been doing, they now started
Mm.
putting them in glass cases. Because I saw the one where the guy touched the real painting,
Oh,
and then they were talking about how much they're gonna spend to.
oh, that sucks.
Um,
Someone drew on a, I don't even remember what. I don't know, but I mean, like, art historically, there have been loads of paintings that have been like vandalized, damaged.
mhm.
That's I don't know. I mean, the whole idea that a painting is worth millions of dollars
Now,
is
when the
made up,
artist was
anyways.
alive,
Yeah,
way after the artist died, then
yeah,
it became
yeah.
the value went up.
It's a
But
cultural artifact, so I guess yeah, that's why it's worth money. With contemporary art, sometimes, and I say this it's funny because I am a contemporary artist, but sometimes with contemporary art, I'm like, oh my god, what a scam! Like the banana, I'm like, that's
yeah,
it's I don't know, it's a PR stunt. Come
yeah, that
on,
was the PR stunt. Yeah, but how you feel? How do you feel about that? When I've used that language before, I'm
it
not,
doesn't spark joy.
that
It doesn't.
when people look at art and say, "Wait, is this not a scam?" And I know there's some money laundering that goes into like I've heard
Totally,
about.
totally.
One good way for money to be laundered is through
Yeah, duty-free
uh,
ports,
yeah,
buying art,
buying art.
shuttling it around, avoiding taxes. Yeah.
Mhm. So,
Oh, I
how do
totally
you feel
agree. I
about that?
totally agree. I don't even think that's a conspiracy theory. That's just true.
So,
I
if
think a lot
someone
of,
was to buy your art for such purposes,
I mean, yeah, I live under capitalism. If a rich person wants to use me as like the tax break or like to launder some money that they got from an arms deal, go for it, man. What am I gonna do?
okay, I like that. I like the honesty there.
Kidding. I don't sell at a blue chip gallery. Like, please pay my rent, buy my artwork.
There you go. There you go.
But I
So,
think it's an inevitable. Just the way that there's someone said once art is like the art market is a barnacle on the ass of finance. I think that's a
hmm,
great way to put it. It's
it
not like
is.
the artists or the gallerists themselves are causing this. It's just like the way that taxation around fine art and its import and export and sales works makes it a perfect vehicle to launder money with. You could also just as well launder money by opening a restaurant or something,
Yes.
But the price point at which art is sold and the ways in which it can be stored and moved around make it, yeah, it's like if you want to stop people from using art to launder money, you'd have to change like legislation, It's
Mm.
people would find yeah,
So,
it's
do you get?
international finance is the real culprit here.
That's right. Do you get taxed per art sales, or is it like per like each painting?
Yeah, if you want to report that as income.
Okay, okay. Oh, well, that's something I've never thought about
But
until
yeah, I
just
mean,
now.
but if a person, so like if a gallery sold, let's take Arabella for instance. If she sold one of my paintings as the gallery, she would take, and the person who bought it was in New York State, she would charge them New York State sales tax.
Okay.
If the person lived in Connecticut or Nebraska, she wouldn't charge them New York State sales tax. And instead, the gallery and I would just pay the tax on the income we got from the painting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Wow.
which is a lot of reason a lot of art collectors, even if they like live in New York, will be like, could you please ship that to a duty free art storage facility in Miami? I keep half my collection in.
Wow.
Or I don't know. I chose Miami. I don't know why I chose Miami. Probably more like Delaware
Yeah.
or Jersey.
Wow.
Or a
That's
collector whose home is in Jersey will keep it at the duty free storage place in Harlem or Queens or something. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But there's ways to like avoid taxes on the big asset you just bought that you're gonna use to move money later.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, someone fact check and correct me, but I'm pretty sure I have my facts straight on this one. But also, like, there's a lot of internal like critique within fine art about art being used this way. Though I still maintain that like this is a global finance issue, not like a
Mm-hmm.
artist per artist issue. I wouldn't even like unless it's like literally a mega gallery. Like I'm not. No individual is implicated per se.
Wow. Well, thank you for breaking that down, because
I hope that
that's
made sense. I
something
felt like I'm
that
rambling.
I haven't. Yeah, I never. I always. I knew about the just the big picture of the association with money laundering, but not more
Mm.
details like you just gave us. So yeah, it's important to have that in the picture too, so that when somebody's just
But I
yeah,
don't mean to make art sound like it's all bad or
nah, it's not.
anything. I'm just
I mean, we
cynical.
all love it.
I went to a show that you invited me to actually yesterday at
Yes.
Black Brick Project. That was so beautiful. It was like a
Still waiting for
wonderful
Tanda
community
and Francis to
space.
come on the podcast.
They'd be
They've been
great.
delaying for over 2 years,
They'd
but
be great.
and they're too
I had
close
a
to me.
lot of
That's the
fun there.
problem.
Oh,
They've been postponing for like forever. But Tanda says she'll be on the podcast.
art
So,
creates beautiful communities of people around it
yeah.
and et cetera, et cetera. It's just, yeah, anytime anything gets too close to uh, finance capital, it turns into,
Uh,
turns into a big evil demonic entity that
hey,
makes me cynical. But yeah,
I hear
even
you on
art.
that. It's affecting. It's beginning to get into podcasting right now. So
Mhm.
yeah. But can you share any specifics? Oh, sorry. Ah, I don't know. I'm really off my. Yeah.
Oh, first
I'm still
podcast of the
rusty.
year. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Can you share any specific aspects of because you also have Nigerian
Mhm.
heritage, or if I want to make some people happy, I'll be specific and say Igbo.
Igbo.
Yeah. So can you share any specific aspects of your Igbo or Russian art and culture that have left a lasting impact on your work?
Well, a lot of my work right now, I'm really obsessed with like pre-Christian, pre-colonial Igbo sculpture.
Mm.
Obsessed. I think I like it as a theme because anyone who's vaguely familiar with early 20th century painting knows that like African, South American, South Asian, Southeast Asian, but indigenous, what at the time was called like primitive sculpture was a huge influence on early abstract painting and especially cubism. But I've been looking back at it in terms of not like, oh, this is primitive or oh, this is unstudied or yada yada, and not as an influence for cubism, but just like as just I don't know. I think they're beautiful objects. I was talking about this last time where I'm like the person, yeah, last time on the pod, I was like the person who created like I have a painting of like an Igbo mask.
Hmm.
I think it's the kind of mask that's worn on top of the head. But the person who made it wasn't thinking about sculpture
Yeah.
or art in the way that we're thinking of it now at all, even though we now consider it. It's kind of like, the piece has moved through history and now it's a sculptural object. It's ostensibly a piece of art. But at the time, the person who made it and the people who lived with it and interacted with it and used it, it wasn't a sculpture to them. It wasn't a museum piece. It was a ritual object with an actual function and connection to the divine. Like it was a real, it had a presence and a purpose. And now it's like a piece of art. I think, I like thinking through that and imagining, I think just considering I'm never going to know the object the way these people knew the object. People in the past knew the object. And, but I like to look at them. I don't know I couldn't even say what I really get out of it, but I'm really into.
It speaks to you.
Yeah, it does.
I have a mask
find
like
it
that
beautiful.
that I found. I have two. One I found somebody was getting rid of it.
I found one on 7th Avenue like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was around 7th Avenue.
It was literally
I found
by the
one.
Thai restaurant, by JD.
One was much closer to us. And then the other one, I can't recall. I think the other one's at the flea market. And I have it hung in my living room. And I think the other one might be hung also. But I can't really hang the other one. But I have both of them in my place. And I don't really know where those masks are from. But I should search online and see
I
where
have
they're
one
from.
that honestly looks Nigerian. It has the one I found on 7th. It has like a bird kind of crest thing on its head. Well, it looks like a modern remake that someone sold to a tourist of Nigerian mask, but it has the scarifications on the face that I'm like, oh, this looks at least like something that could be from somewhere in the south of Nigeria. And then a mask I bought at the flea market. I don't even remember where it's from. I got it at the Chelsea flea market. I think it's like Cote d'Ivoire or something. I just liked how it looked. And then a little Nkisi, like the Congolese or Central African, like they've been called power figures. They've been called lots of things.
Yeah.
But an Nkisi with like 2 heads.
Oh.
I think he's really cute. He looks he's got like mirrors instead of eyes with pupils in the middle. But it looks like his eyes kind of follow you around the room.
Oh, okay.
He's a strange little object, but I really like him.
Yeah.
Matthew bought him for me in front of the Guggenheim as a birthday gift from this dude who sold like African. He had textiles and he had sculptures, and he used to be around. He was a Senegalese man. He used to be around the Upper East Side a lot because I remember I'd also see him in front of the Met Broyer when it was still the Met Broyer because now it's the Frick Museum.
But Senegalese tend to have.
I don't remember his name, but I bought a bunch of fabric from him over
I
a
got some
period
fabric.
of time.
I need to do some stuff with.
Yeah. So
Yes.
textiles again, also, yeah. Russia. You asked Russian Nigerian culture. Yeah. Art and craft. Very into Nigeria, Igbo in particular, art and craft right now. But Russian wise, I have growing up eating Russian food. I have the worst like food palate. I have I'm like, pickled fish, delicious. That's I think that's probably even the biggest impact Russia's had on me. Just like my taste in food is a little bit. I think it's okay to put mayonnaise in a salad, but I won't eat it with French fries.
Oh, okay.
Well, no.
Yeah, I'm all about food. I'm a food guy. I eat food from everywhere, but I think my daughter has me beat on that. So she might because she's the German.
She likes
Nigerian.
sauerkraut.
I think on her as far as she's ready to eat. When she's in the mood, she'll eat anything.
Good for her.
German,
Good for her.
Nigerian.
I was in Germany last summer, and every German person I asked for a food recommendation recommended a Turkish restaurant. And I was like, I could get Turkish food in New York. I need you to tell me where I can get try something German. I think I had one pretzel, one hot dog the whole time I was there.
Where in Germany were you at?
Zeitz, Leipzig, and Berlin.
Oh, okay.
And I was just eating, had really good Indian food, had really good Thai food, had like no German food, had a lot of good Turkish food. There was a Turkish breakfast place next to our hotel in Berlin. I was like, for €8, it was like the biggest breakfast spread I'd ever seen. Like the size of a Denny's Grand Slam of
Wow.
the
In
Turkish
Berlin.
bread and the
that's
little
interesting.
fruit cup and some soft boiled eggs and a dip and a whole. I was just like, oh my God. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been to Berlin, but
I liked it.
yeah, I've heard great things about Berlin.
I was I like totally forgot that World War II happened because I came in and I was like, why are all the buildings so new? I was like, why does this look like everything was built in the 50s after the 50s? I was because I'd been in
Uh,
Leipzig and there's like all this historic architecture. I
hmm
came to Berlin and I was like, ew, the Philharmonic is so ugly. Well, yeah, I
uh,
know why.
you found out.
I remembered.
Yeah.
Like the day two, I was like, oh
Okay.
damn, yeah, there is not going to be like a historic.
But their museums are great, though.
Yeah, they
I
are.
love their
They are.
museums there. Yeah, I love them. So, your love of masks, stools, and other
Mhm.
objects can also be found in a lot of anime. And from the previous
Oh yeah,
podcast, you
I
have
had a real
some
anime phase as a kid. I
history.
loved it.
So, would you be interested in working on an anime in the future?
No.
Oh man, I
Sorry.
should have put that question there. That ended so quickly.
No.
Like, dang.
The last one I tried to watch this one called Serial Experiments Lane with Matthew about this girl who like becomes a deity through the internet or something. I only got 4 episodes in, so I literally like don't
Yeah,
even know.
I
That's
should
what I
recommend
think.
animes for you. I
That's
think
what I think the plot is about, but I literally just kept falling asleep.
the,
I
the,
don't know.
the,
I fell off
the
on
title
anime.
alone kind of wanted to put me asleep.
Well, it's iconic. It's very postmodern. I've heard a lot of good. I don't know. I'm just making up words. I heard a lot of good things about it, and it's very influential within its little niche. It's like a science fiction anime, I guess. But I literally, I don't know. I couldn't. I haven't been great at watching TV shows. Like I'm not a big streamer of series. I can't keep up with them. I don't have. I never want to go back to it again. Like I'd sit through a 2 hour movie,
Okay.
right? But like to watch an hour episode of something and then to do it again and then to come back the next day and watch it again, I'm literally like rolling my eyes like I can't do it. I don't know if it's an attention span thing or what,
It
but I
might
I,
be.
I
It
don't
might
come
be.
back to the
Right.
series. I never come back.
It might be.
I've seen like 3 episodes of Black Mirror and then like the next day I was like, I don't want to watch Black Mirror again.
Yeah, Black Mirror should be easier. It's literally like watching a separate movie, an
Yeah, but I'm
anthology
like, I don't want to
series.
see anymore.
They're not the same.
No. Like shows, I'm like the plot's going on season after season. I'm like, aren't you people tired of it? This could have been a 3 hour long movie. That's just me though.
Okay, so
But I like, for instance, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I think that's a really beautiful series. It's
all right. That was a
uh
surprise, but okay.
yeah. Have you seen it?
I I think a long time ago.
There's I think there's 3 of them, or maybe 2 of them. Vampire Hunter D. It's a
Oh,
movie though.
I wasn't
See, it's a
expecting you.
movie.
Yeah,
It's not a I think they're
that's still a
visually
surprise.
just so stunning and I love the whole gothic vibe.
Okay,
80s anime is cool.
so Akira might be up.
I've seen
You've
Akira. I
seen
like Akira.
Akira.
I like the
Okay.
movies. I like the movies a lot.
So
I
let me
tried to watch
see.
Cowboy Bebop, but I didn't finish
That
it.
that might be too long for you.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean it's great. That's a classic. Let me see. I haven't watched a movie in a minute. But one of what's Studio Ghibli? The
Oh
Studio
yes,
Ghibli
yes,
movies
yeah.
might.
There's a new one out.
Yeah.
I want to
The
see it so
boy,
bad.
the boy and the heron.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't make out time to catch that. I went to
I'll see
see
it
Godzilla
soon.
minus one instead. That was
Oh,
great. That was one of the
Matthew made
best.
me watch Godzilla versus
Not
Has
that was Godzilla versus Kong. That was
no. It's an older
okay.
one.
The older one.
It's like some kind of smog creature from the ocean that looks like a
Oh,
stingray
okay.
comes out. It's like an older sci-fi thing, and
Was it
Godzilla's
the
like
Japanese one?
yeah, and
Okay.
Godzilla's like defending the islands of Japan from this
Okay.
smog
No, I don't think I
monster.
saw that one. But Godzilla minus one is one of the best movies that came out
Godzilla
last
minus
year.
one.
It,
Oh, okay, it's a
it's
new
you,
one.
you probably might cry because I don't know, but you
Mm.
might be stronger than me because
No, I cry.
well,
I
I
cry at
cried. I
movies,
cried.
dude. I cry at like
The emotions got me.
I see a pigeon limping on the street. I'm like, oh my god! Like it's over. I
That was
cry.
a well done movie. That's the reason why I haven't finished Monarch on Apple TV, the Godzilla
Mm.
series, because I was like, man, I can't watch this anymore.
Mm.
I'm sorry, it's BS. It's just I saw that. I'm like, man, this Godzilla, man, get out of here. It's nonsense. I
Mm.
mean, I'm a fan of Bill Russell, fantastic actor, and his
Mhm.
son too is a good actor. But it's like, I seen the light. I don't know
Is
what
Godzilla minus plus one?
minus one.
Minus one or
I'm like,
nothing?
I don't know what you guys are doing here. I don't care about the humans in this story. I don't care if your dad cheated on you without that person. I don't care. Fix your life. I don't care. Die, all of you. I don't know. But I seen a much better story, and I care about everybody in that story. You all suck. So,
Mm.
bye. Get out here. Go. Shush. Shush
Okay,
out.
you know what? I was trying to get a lot of. I feel like I haven't seen Sex in the City. I haven't seen
I,
Gossip Girl. I haven't
I watched the
seen.
first season of
I
Gossip Girl. I was
haven't
brand new in
seen
America.
what's the one with uh see, I don't even know what they're called.
Uh,
The one, it's like a mom and a daughter, and the daughter's trying to go to Yale.
uh,
Gilmore Girls. I haven't
yeah,
seen
I'm
any
the
of
wrong
those.
person to ask about that because
But like, cause
after sex and after
Mhm.
what was the girls one? Yeah, that was the last one. I
I'm
think
like,
I caught up.
cause I'm bad at watching series, but I tried to
Well, so what about
get
comedy?
myself into watching Sex in the City by watching a bunch of clips of the funniest moments on YouTube.
Okay, so you like to laugh.
Yeah, and I was trying to I was like, okay, you know what? I'm
South
gonna.
Side. It's as black
What
as
is
it
it
is.
called?
South Side.
South Side.
That was that was the funniest show on HBO.
Okay.
Well, okay, I think there's two. My one used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's not on Netflix anymore. It's because I saw it on HBO Max. Uh, my one of my favorite actors,
Mhm.
Michaela Coel, I think that's how you say her name. She did I May Destroy
Oh
You.
yeah.
That was like her first writing gig.
Uh-huh.
Chewing Gum. She's a Nigerian
Mhm.
British. She's plays a Nigerian British girl. Her mom is like Nigerian church woman. It's one of the most hilarious series I've
Every
seen.
time my dad comes here, he laughs. He's like, "That's crazy that the churches just closed their doors here. Like that wouldn't happen in Nigeria. There's
Oh
no one in
man,
there right now."
it's that series is mad funny. She's 24 a 24-year-old virgin at the same time, and she's trying to navigate that journey of losing her virginity. It's mad funny. That she's
Sounds
great.
like Nigerian Flea. No, it doesn't sound.
It,
I don't actually haven't seen Fleabag. I don't know what it's about.
but
You just said the church, and I thought of the
I
priest
think
from
it's
Fleabag.
2 seasons, 2 or 3 seasons.
Mm. Yeah.
Then
Much
South
like
Side is an assemble of. It's based on South Side, Chicago.
mm-hmm.
I don't know
Like
how they
Kanye
got
West said, "I'm a Chicago South
all
Side."
all the black actors.
Uh-huh.
Either I don't know if they're all from that part of Chicago, but
Mm-hmm.
it's an assemble of black comedic actors who
Mm-hmm.
are just. It's hard to watch an episode and you got a frown on your face because you're just
Okay,
going. It's mad.
I'll watch some clips of it on YouTube to try to get myself to watch it, and then not
Yeah,
watch it.
I got mad when they
Because I
canceled.
feel
I think
like
they canceled it
when I
after
have to sit down to watch a
the third
series, I'm giving
season.
so many hours of my life to something, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I should be painting.
yeah.
I should be doing
It
my
might inspire you
taxes.
to paint something
No. I
fantastic.
love putting on like a documentary or something in the background while I'm painting, so that I don't really have. There's no plot.
Oh,
I'm not missing anything. It's just like someone talking about rainforest frogs.
okay.
And it's
So like
okay if I don't
animal
pay attention.
documentaries.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, did you see the Nikki Giovanni documentary?
No. Who's
Okay.
that? Nikki Giovanni?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Are you gonna tell me who it is?
No, I think that would be on you.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be on you too. Yeah, it's
Well, that's your problem now.
no, that's I think you poet, activist, well, not activist. She says people use her work. But she defined in her own words.
Okay.
I think I'm doing her injustice.
Okay, I gotta
But
read the Wikipedia page.
yeah, because she has one of my favorite lines from that documentary is when it comes. I'm paraphrasing. It's
Mhm.
when it comes to going to other planets. She believes black women should be the first
Mhm.
to visit other planets because they know what it's like to live as aliens on a planet.
Ah.
As
Oh
a
wow.
paraphrase, but
Wow.
you should look into our
They should
poems.
send some not me though. I've
Well,
been
yeah, but I
thinking
think
about
they will need you to
SpaceX.
volunteer for that.
No,
But
yeah. They
yeah,
can send other black women.
yeah, but it's but that's just one of her
No,
works.
that's
Yeah,
impressive. I'm
but
just I don't know.
she's fantastic.
I can't help. I keep trying to make jokes because I'm like got a mic in front of my face. I'm like I gotta turn everything into a joke now. But I was I was having this conversation with a couple colleagues once where I'm like, my boss asked, he was like, if aliens came to Earth right now and they said you can go into space and see the universe with us, but you can never come back to Earth, would you go? And I was like, no, never in my life. And like 3 other people were like, yeah, I want to know what's out there. I want to see it. And I was like, never in my life have I had the urge to leave the planet.
Really?
No, never, never. Like this Musk space Mars colony thing. I'm like, why would anybody want?
No. Musk,
Why does anyone want? Why do people even want to go to the International
just
Space Station?
a white. What's it? Let me rephrase it. Musk is just a South African prince. If he wasn't a white
Azalea
boy.
Banks called him a bloated pork skin something. She said he smells like pennies.
Well, I'm not going to go into the smell because that means you brought your nose close to him.
So funny.
But all I'm just going to point out is, I love some messy drama, and I've seen a bunch of messy documentaries, and I know scam when I see a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Musk is one of the best scammers out there.
I think, okay, so and I am like, Musk.
If he was the black African, the one of them Arab Africans, you ain't gonna give him all this money you're throwing at him. So
no, he had a bunch of money from his father's emerald mine.
Yeah, but if you've watched them scam documentaries like I do,
yeah,
you know that the best scammers on earth are people who look like Musk.
Yeah, when I was younger, I thought he was Asian.
Oh, really?
Why?
Okay. Well, I think we need to start wrapping up this podcast.
Gosh. Okay. Well, what confuses me, I keep kicking this table so much about Musk, is that like he has this like pathological need for attention.
Oh,
where like he can't stop tweeting.
It's crazy.
He has to like have an opinion on everything. Whereas I'm like, look at like Bezos. Okay, both I would argue are like parasites on the ass of humanity. Billionaires shouldn't exist. That's my politics. But look at how much more tastefully Bezos lives. You know, he's like still owns Amazon pretty much, but he's not the CEO anymore. He's just like on the board, basically as a majority shareholder.
Good sci-fi to watch.
He's like off the radar. He's like off the map. He's like he really took all those like threats about how much people hate his ass seriously, and just like he's like, you know what? I'm disappearing myself. I'm not even the richest man anymore. Elon can have that title. I'm off the radar.
I think he might overtake Elon with the way Elon is going.
Versus Elon, who's like, I need people to always pay attention to me all the time. It confuses me. If I was like, okay, I don't know. This whole like billionaire worship thing I find very like distasteful and undignified, but I especially find undignified the fact that Elon seems to like enjoy it so much. Even talking about it now, I'm like, why am I paying attention to it?
Yeah. Let's get off it. Let's go to something much more exciting and fun, because I know Ashwin, you've mentioned Ashwin's number one nemesis, because Ashwin hates Bezos more than anybody I've met.
I mean, yeah.
But I've told him like to me Musk is the more.
I try to not even interact with its subsidiary
I love the shows on Amazon. They've got some great shows.
I don't want to consume content.
I'm
so tired of it.
I do. That's why I'm here.
No content in my feed trough, please.
I'm here. I'm not going. But we don't have much time left. Unfortunately.
Okay, sorry. See, we're rambling.
No, it's not.
Sorry for what I said about Azalea. Sorry for quoting Azalea Banks and saying that Elon Musk has pigskin and smells like pennies.
No.
Did I say that?
We'll say allegedly. Add allegedly.
Allegedly?
Yeah, the views.
No, Azalea did say that. Not even allegedly.
Well, the views of Grace Nkem are the views of Grace Nkem, not the views of White Label American. I add that too.
Right, yeah. I'm just here talking.
Because I don't want that South African.
I'm shooting myself in the foot.
I don't want that South African prince trying to come sue me too. But he's still a South African prince.
Well, he didn't sue Azalea, and all I did was quote her.
Yeah, but he's still a South African prince. But I still have to cover myself.
Well, I'm a Nigerian prince, so.
Well,
yeah, that's right.
Check
your emails, please.
Yeah, check them. Well, still send me the 100 million. Send me 10 million, I'll get you 100 million.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please. And then dollars too. Gold, I'll get you gold too.
I take Bitcoin, Cash App, Venmo.
Just give me the dollars. I will send you Bitcoins, preferably, in the future. So I know I have to wrap up. This is what happens when I'm talking to a fun person and I forget about time. But don't
Sorry, I
worry,
don't have a
we'll
filter.
bring you back again. We'll definitely have to bring you back again.
I'll be more
Organize.
normal. I'm
Oh.
just like super caffeinated. I just had a big plate of pasta at home. Like, I'm really like,
But before I let you go, do you have any future projects coming up that you'd like to share with the audience?
um, oh, I hate to. Oh, yeah, I'm curating a show at for work. I'm curating a ceramics show at USM, a furniture store in Soho that has kind of like a gallery type vibe and space in there. So I'm going to have a bunch of contemporary ceramic sculpture in there
Okay.
that I'm working on putting together, and that's going to happen in late March, but I don't late May, but I don't have an exact date
All
for
right.
it yet. But that's the only kind of interesting thing I'm doing. I need to really apply to open calls and painting shows.
Hey, we need to get you back in the studio before that happens, and then you give us more
Yeah.
information.
I'll let
But
know. I'll be
even if you don't have
last
the
time.
opportunity to come into the studio before then, you still send me a flyer at least, and
Yeah,
I'll
it's
share
so
it.
funny. Last time I was like, Amir went on his rant about like the Virgin Mary and Catholicism, and I was like, oh my God, Amir, you need to learn how to have like a filter. But now I'm like looking at myself and I'm like, Grace, you need to learn how to have a filter. But you know what? Controversy, that means views, that means clicks.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
press is bad press. I've leaned in.
Oh man. One question I didn't get to ask you. I'll
Mhm.
try and. I think I will. Let me see. Okay, I'll ask you two questions. So
All right.
one will be this: with the prevalence of digitalization,
Yes.
how do you balance traditional artistic techniques with digital tools?
Oh, the only time I use digital tools is if I take a photo of my painting on a wall and the walls in my house are kind of ugly. So I clean them up in Photoshop. But I don't touch the painting with the Photoshop, and I don't make digital art.
Okay.
So I don't really, I guess I'm very when it comes to oil painting, very traditional. Like, it's a physical painting. I'm making it physically with my hands. I'm
Mhm.
mixing paint on a palette. I've got my turpentine and my paint thinner. And extremely flammable apartment I'm living in.
Oh.
But it's like paint thinner and oil everywhere. But yeah, so there's not much balance there for me. Sometimes sometimes when I post things, I'll use the Instagram edit things to change the color of the paper.
Mhm.
But no, I'm not really a digital artist. I kind of I enjoy graphic design, but that's more like something I'd have to do for work. But that said, when I do paint, a lot of what I'm painting is references to the digital world, to digital interfaces or digital screens. So I guess maybe it strikes instead of maybe I'm translating the kind of visual language of digital interfaces sometimes onto a physical surface and making it, with pigment and a brush. But yeah, I guess that's the balance. I just don't actually use digital tools in the making process. So it's more of like an inspiration in my head because I am interested in digitization, even if it doesn't physically enter my work. It's more like the visual motifs I'm using.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or it impacts because a screen is a visual arrangement of information.
Yeah.
On a flat surface, and I think that's where the biggest influence comes from.
So
The screen, the space where every image exists at once, the screen.
so quickly, just like a 1 minute,
Mhm.
if you don't mind, just a 1 minute answer. How do you feel about the whole AI
Oh,
in the art space? If you
I
can
feel
just give a
great. I
short
actually
answer.
feel great about it. I think that, well, I'm a painter, so I'm speaking from my own perspective as a painter. I'm very sorry if you're like a digital artist who relies
Views
on
of Grace Nkem are the views of Grace
Yeah,
Nkem.
if you're a digital artist who relies on commissions because you draw porn of furries and now people can have an AI make it for free, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
thought
Okay.
about that.
As a painter, I think people are worried that it's like a threat to art, but I think that AI threatens painting as much as conceptual sculpture or performance art threatens painting. It's just a completely different medium, and people are going to find ways to use it that are interesting. So far, actually, the majority of the images that AI has been used to make are porn. But
Hey,
but
people got simple minds.
people do what they want. Eventually someone's gonna hack it and think of something very interesting to do with it. Like someone's gonna have a breakthrough. Actually, my favorite piece of clothing is a blazer from Acne Studios with AI generated nude bodies on it by Robbie. I'll show you a photo of this. I think you'll like it. By
Okay.
an artist named Robbie Barat. But I found it on the Real, like super cheap, and it's a double XL men's blazer. It's huge. It looks like a coat on me.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Wasn't expecting that. All right.
so, but I don't think AI is going to be the crazy revolutionary. I mean, I don't think it's going to threaten art very much. But I do think that it's going to change how animation happens, how a lot of digital art happens. It's going to mess up. It's going to change, especially like things like ChatGPT. I think they will get better. It's going to change storytelling. And maybe this is me being cynical, but I feel like we're going to get to a point where like a lot of people are consuming AI generated images and animated content and video content and music and stories. But there's always going to be like, it's going to be kind of like food made out of bugs, right?
Hmm.
Like or that movie Soylent Green. You see what I'm talking
I
about?
don't think I saw the
Soylent
movie.
Green. It's like
I was
a
thinking if
future
I saw it.
dystopia where there's like no food and people are fed these like energy bar things
Oh,
called Soylent Green, and in the
oh.
end they find
So
out that
almost.
Soylent Green is made out of human bodies.
Oh,
Um,
that's
but
similar
like
to.
I have this, but then in the movie the rich people still manage to get like strawberry jam and beef, right? I think it's
Oh,
going to be the same thing with like the poor people get AI entertainment, AI content, AI images, hamburgers made out of bugs, live in a pod, rent a house, and then but rich people are going to still collect Rothkos and Titians, and they're still going to eat beef, and they're
okay.
still going to listen to the harpsichord, and they're still going to have theater and live music. And I think that AI is going to just create like crappy content for the masses that's cheap.
Hmm.
And I think that it's going to bring the overall level of everything down by a lot. It's going to make some really crappy mass produced stuff. I don't think it's going to threaten fine art in any sense, but I think it'll make the world a worse place in a different way. I'm very
Interesting.
pessimistic, as you can tell.
Interesting.
But I don't feel like it's a threat to art or high culture per se.
Yeah.
I think that people actually like who value but I do think that people who value like culture and storytelling and perhaps like have a beloved franchise or like really care about the quality of the things we have in our lives should be very actually suspicious of just like how easily it can produce garbage so that you can like come home and like numb your brain with Netflix because you hate your job, and it's all going to be like AI generated plots on Netflix. And yeah, be careful guys, it's bleak out there.
Can't thank you enough for being on the
I hope
podcast.
it was a worthwhile episode and not just me being crazy. But you know what?
No, no, no.
I'm leaning into
Uh,
being crazy. I'm going to be honest about who I am. Bananas.
oh Lord. Um, Final question. What's the final word that you like to? Well, yeah, I'm gonna use final
Final word.
word that you like to leave the audience with. It's your moment.
I think that everybody should slow down and take a break and embrace their like look at the beauty in life, embrace the people around you. No more hustling, no more grinding.
No
Life is
hustling.
precious and you should take time to rest and be with your loved ones.
The rest
That's
is
something I'm
important.
thinking a lot about recently because I'm like, I don't want to burn out, you know?
Mm.
I had a burnout phase in like 2021 where I burnt out really bad, and I'm like thinking a lot about life, and I'm like, okay, a lot of work is going to have to go into this if you want to like actually have a successful career as an artist. And I'm like, don't burn out. Don't burn out. Don't. It's okay to move slowly. What's the thing about the rabbit and the toad? I mean the turtle.
Yeah, I was like,
No, the turtle
I
just
don't
moves
know.
slowly, but he gets there. That's
Oh,
very
yeah,
much
the
yeah,
race,
the
the
race.
race.
I'm like
Okay,
the thing
yeah,
about
yeah.
the rabbit and the
I
toad.
was like, yeah, yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
that other story. That yeah,
Yeah.
my daughter might
I'm
because she knows a lot of stories.
embracing the turtles ethos. Slow and steady wins the race, baby.
All right, awesome. That's great words of wisdom to live by. And once again, Mbana for coming on the show. Please let the people know where they can find you.
Oh, you can
And
find me. I don't have a website yet, but I'm on Instagram. It's GRCNKM.
All right, and I'll have that in the show notes. You can follow Grace Nkem and stay in touch with her upcoming projects. And please support her works. And yes, stay awesome. Keep the love coming in. Share with your
I'm
friends,
just as
loved
crazy as I
ones.
sound. Embrace yourselves, people.
Embrace yourselves.
Don't have a filter. First thing that comes into your head, just say it
All
out loud.
Thank you for the privilege of your company.
Thank you for having me on the show, Raphael. I hope I wasn't too annoying.
See you at the next episode. Thanks for listening to White Label American. If you enjoyed the show, please give a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. You can follow the show on all social media platforms. Visit the White Label American website for links for donations, episodes, feedback, guests, merch, and newsletter. Don't forget to download the free White Label American app on the Google Play Store and Apple coming soon. Thank you for the privilege of your company.